Hi, this video will be about how I use the Boss GT-1000 for harmonizer effects on the Queen tribute. I have a few pretty exotic settings here, so let's go. Right in the first song, One Vision, it's got the solo part where it goes and it's kind of like effects based, so that part I use the harmonizer live to create something like kind of landmark between me and the drummer to get to the next part where it changes chords. That's just a copy paste of another setting, so it's one of those user based harmonizers where it doesn't really follow on scale. But it rather has a certain notes that the harmonizer takes it and creates those intervals. When it comes back from the solo to get back to the same. That thing, I stay on the lead and I try to fill in a few notes there, like again using the harmonizer before going into that. Okay, moving on. Next one where I have a little bit of harmonizer going is the medley, Love of Gods, Seven Seas Rye. Tear it up. In the beginning of that Seven Seas Rye, where when the chords go G, I try to hit the G, I try to go back to D, and then E minor. A lot of the stuff that is needed for this is based on D major, B minor. So if you have the +3, -3, and then you hit the chord. So that's just some simple stuff with just highlighting the chords. Moving on, I think because 70s medley, it's got the Killer Queen, Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy, and then the Lazing on a Sunday afternoon. So these are all within one preset over here. In Killer Queen, got this between the first and second verse, and then towards the end, before heading into that solo. The thing I like about Boss is that a lot of the in-between notes make sense. It's kind of musical in a sense that even though if I'm in a certain key and I hit a chromatic note, which is not on the actual scale, it more often than not gives you a pretty logical solution for it. Whereas some other harmonizers, for instance, quad cortex here, it just gets totally screwed. This thing is pretty smart. I like that. One cool thing I have for this 70s medley is that I have all the three voices there, and I tried to program the two harmonizers so that it will follow. So the first part is pretty much covered like this. It works really well if needed, but like I said, we have another guitar player and a keyboard player, so we have those stems between us three. But if I ever had to play it alone, I would have it there. Okay. This year we have started our second set with Princess of the Universe, and it's a tricky song to remember, and it's got a lot of guitar stuff going on. So our other guitar player is taking care of all the single guitar parts, and then I try to add on a lot with the harmonizer. So right in the beginning where it goes into this. So I go into lead mode and then hit the harmonizer first for a single note. And then I keep there, and I can't do it right now with my foot because it's over here, but if I keep doing that. So I it drives that harmony down. Some of the audio is going from a back tape, so I have the delay here that goes down in rhythm. It's like it's programmed to the same beat, to the same beats per minute. As long as I hit this in the right moment, it should be all good. As you can hear, it only grabs a few notes on the way, and they are programmed to on the harmonizer. So once it's there, it's all good. But I could not use this harmonizer setting for any other song. Magic. Here I have a lot going again. On Magic, on the guitar solos, you always go into this. That stuff first. The album has those really cool those things, and I thought it would be great to add some magic in there. So you got these harmonized parts. I always liked the original recording with ascending and descending. Those things. I just thought maybe I can get the harmonizer to repeat or answer. I have two harmonizers. One is on the reverse delay and the other one is the regular delay. So I should be getting a back and forth answer for the scale I play. I just need to press here when I do it, so it's gonna look pretty funny. Let's see if I get it going like this. So I should have the unit on the floor for this, but anyway, so as long as I hold this here, it keeps going doing that. So I have a reverse delay and a delayed harmonizer, and the processing power on this thing is awesome. It does a lot of things really well. I want to break free, and you should go back into it. If you have a D major, B minor, harmonizer with +3, -3 setting, you can cover a lot of ground with just that. Breakthrough guitar solo. So towards the end of it, it's got those harmonized parts. Our other guitarist goes like over there, and I have these programmed here. So again, it's I try to hit that note, that last note, as precisely as I can to get it right. All right, so the thing that everybody does, that Brighton rock thing, I wanted to have some extra spice in there, so it just occurred to me that I could use the harmonizers for these two. So I programmed two harmonizers here to give a different response to notes with 800 milliseconds and 1600 milliseconds. With this, I could get this going. Again, D major, B minor, like pretty much every time. And the idea is that the first reply has certain intervals to it, and the second interval has different intervals, but they both belong to the key or the chords around it. And and when it goes left and right, it sounds real nice, especially in a theater or a concert hall where you get it from the PA. So it's almost like a guitar choir replying to you. At the end of the solo of I Want It All, it's gotta get back to the board and get to give that. And then finally, the end of show must go on. I have it set so that when it comes time to hit that last note, leave it ringing, I just press Ctrl 2 here and hit the D note. But the reason I'm using this gear for this Queen thing is that, first of all, I put in a lot of hours to get these things right. But then again, there's a lot of things that I just talked about that this unit cannot do yet, at least not yet. So before the quad cortex gets updated to the level on the harmonizer side or whatever, I'll be using this gear.